Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you guys are in the world. This is Go Tiger Astros. I was just finishing a little short, kind of a breakfast snack. Now I'm ready to go. Today's a big day. We've got Justin Verlander back on the mound, and this is the first game I've been able to call play-by-play in several days since the school year started again. Audio seems to be working well. All is good. I can give you another update about the game that I saw just now. It's not only Bregman's first game back in over 2 months, but at the same time, it is also Bregman's first game back. Bregman had some discomfort, and from what I heard, he said it was because of just sleeping weird. He woke up and played it off as not a big deal. They did scans and stuff, and they agreed that it didn't seem like a big deal. And now he is back, and he's going to be actually leading off the batting order, replacing Altuve in the top spot. I can't say for sure if Altuve is in the lineup or not. Let me check the Astros lineup and see. It looks like Altuve's got the game off, guys. Bregman in the leadoff spot is batting DH, so he's not even in the field. They're going to keep Whitcomb at third. So here's the Astros lineup: Bregman, Alvarez, Diaz, Peña, Caratini, Myers, Dubon, Whitcomb, McCormick. Here comes the first pitch from Verlander, guys. 95 miles an hour, inside, ball one. He is facing Jarren Duran. I believe Duran is the one who gave the Red Sox the one-run lead to win the game yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. Swing and a miss, strike one, 94 miles an hour in the upper part of the zone there. I need to put a little more water in my coffee. I decided not to do the avatar today. Just do my camera, turn on the lights. It's pretty dark outside right now. Here comes the next pitch from Verlander. That one's high, ball two, 2-1. It feels like I'm watching a game from last year, seeing Verlander on the mound again. Here comes the 2-1 pitch, guys. That one's right in there, hit sharply into the right field side. He's going to go for two. He's going to make it. No, he does. He's got a double. Duran hustles to second base. He's got himself a leadoff double off Verlander. Looks like McCormick is over and right, and he got over there as quickly as he could. But whenever he hits, it looks like Duran just rushes as best he can. And he rewarded himself for it right there. He's on second base. That ball's in the dirt. First pitch to Wilyer Abreu is ball one. I'm going to change this to play-by-play. Let's see. That should be coming up in a second on the bottom on that play-by-play screen. Here comes the next pitch from Verlander. Whoa, that's way high. 95 miles an hour out of the zone. It's going to be even count, 1-1. I think I missed that first pitch. It was a foul tip. Sorry, guys. Fouled at the plate. I was looking at the bottom screen. Okay, next pitch is fouled back, 94 miles an hour, up in the zone there. Good pitch by Verlander. Strike two. 1-2 against Abreu. I heard that Verlander's going to be on a particular pitch count today. So, curveball low in the zone, ball two. The count is even. I'm interested to see what that pitch count is because I haven't actually heard what it is. Just heard that there is one for him today. Here comes the 2-2 pitch to Abreu. Right in there, swing and a miss. There we go. Foul tip. Low and in the zone, 95 miles an hour. He picks up his first strikeout. So we got the runner on second with one out. That was a good-looking fastball, man. Had a lot of spin on it, too. Came right in there around the thigh of Abreu. That brings up Tristan Casas. First pitch to him. Curveball right in there for strike one. Beautiful pitch in the bottom of the zone. 79 miles an hour. Oh, and 1 pitch. Here it comes. This one's hit to the center field. It looks like it's going to drop, and it is. That might be scoring a run. Yeah, Duran is going. He's going to make it. Duran's safe, and man, Duran is not interested at all in just taking singles and getting one base. There was an opportunity for Myers to throw him out at home. It just didn't get there in time. So Duran scores. That was about as close as you can get, but he got in there just a little bit. Just a split second he got there in time, slid head first. Red Sox up 1-0. Looks like they really want this game, man. I need to move the batter to first. He didn't get to second, despite the throw to home. It was only a single. That brings up Rafael Devers. First pitch to him is a ball. Runner on first, one out. 1-0 already, Red Sox. First three batters for Verlander. Double, strikeout, single. Runs scored. That was in there for a strike, so 1-1. With Casas on first base. Verlander tosses over to first just to kind of take a break. Here comes the 1-1 pitch from Verlander. That one's a little high and outside. Ball two, 2-1. I'm hopeful that Verlander has a good game, but there's a big question mark. Let's see. Here comes the next pitch. That one's in there for a strike. Curveball, 78 miles an hour. Counts even, 2-2. Got about 8 people watching now. Thank you for coming to the channel. I appreciate you being here. I really do. I realize I haven't put my hat on yet. I need to do that. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Rafael Devers goes down on that half swing. Second strikeout of the game for Verlander. So he's given up 2 hits and a run, but he also has 2 strikeouts. There we go. First pitch to Rob Refsnyder. Little outside for ball 1. Caratini's behind the plate today, and it looks like, is he on first? Is Diaz on first base? It sure looks like it. Yes, he is. Next pitch, breaking ball. Curveball, 78 miles an hour. That's a strike, evening up the pitch count at 1-1. Here comes a 1-1 pitch. This one's hit out to right field. McCormick is underneath it, and he's able to put it away. Out number 3, thankfully. Verlander has a little bit of a shaky start. Gives up 2 hits and a run. 1 run is not a big deal as long as the Astros and Verlander don't allow it to get out of control from there. But guys, this is the lineup that we have right now for the Astros coming up. I mentioned earlier that Alex Bregman is leading off the batting order in the first slot as DH. He will not be playing third today. Shea Whitcomb is taking that role over. So I guess they still want to give Bregman a little rest, let him continue to get better, and just give him an opportunity to swing the bat a few times. Yordan Alvarez is in the second slot, followed by Yainer Diaz and Jeremy Peña. So our top 3 guys today, I'm liking what I'm seeing here. Because check it out, guys. Victor Caratini's batting in the 5th slot, but listen to this. He has been getting so many hits recently. His batting average is up to 288. Can you guys believe that? Alvarez and Diaz right now are batting 308 and 301. Peña's got his average up to 278. He's almost at 280. But if Peña continues to hit, Caratini continues to hit, the Astros could literally have 6 players batting over 300. Can you believe that? That's pretty crazy, don't you think? If you got 6 players batting over 300, then it doesn't matter so much if the bottom of your order sucks. But right now, the Astros really do need that extra help in the bottom of the batting order. So Cooper Criswell's on the mound. He's facing Alex Bregman. First pitch is outside. Ball 1, 89 miles an hour. That is crazy, guys. Absolutely crazy. Next pitch is fouled down the third base line. Strike 1. Come on, Bregman, show us that LSU power. Here comes the next pitch. A little low and outside. Ball 2, 2-1. I want to see Bregman batting at least 275 or 280, man. I really do. Next pitch. A little outside. What in the world? Bregman looks entertained by that call. It was called a strike, but I kid you not, it was at least 3 inches outside the zone. They should have been ball 3, but it's 2-2. Insane. Here comes the pitch. That one's a little further outside. Bregman takes that one for ball 3, so it's a full count. Is this the kind of umpire we're going to be dealing with today? Here comes the pitch. This one's fouled away off the fists. Count remains 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes. Here's the 7th pitch from Criswell. Hit hard to left field. That might be gone. It is, guys. It's gone. Bregman hits a line drive shot into the Crawford boxes. It was gone in just a few seconds. Maybe even 2 seconds. It was gone that fast. Alex Bregman with the Breggy bomb to the left field fence and evens up this game in the first inning 1-1. Absolutely amazing, guys. Absolutely amazing. Let's see here. Man, I want to see that rerun. Where's the rerun? I'll try to get you that replay as soon as they show it. Yordan Alvarez is at the bat. He launches one to right field. But this one is not going to quite make it. Oh my gosh, that was almost two back-to-back, two home runs back-to-back, all the way to the warning track in right field. Here's the line drive home run by Bregman. Very sharp home run right into the crowd. It was great. Jordan flies out, but man, he drove that ball. Yainer Diaz comes up. Criswell looks pretty tall. I wonder how tall he is. 79 miles an hour outside, ball one. Next pitch. Little tapper by Yainer. He might be able to get a first base hit. He's safe. Third baseman had to come in and barehand it, but he was not able to get it over there in time. Yainer is on first base with an infield hit. Astros are hitting the ball. Rafael Devers over at third base. He scooped it up. But even if that throw had gotten there on time, the first baseman couldn't catch it. It bounced out of his glove. One out, one on. Jeremy Peña's up, guys. Right on the inside corner, 89 miles an hour, strike one. Interesting game so far. 0-1 pitch to Peña's on the way. Check swing, but he went around. He easily went around. He knew it. Strike two, 0-2. Come on, Peña. Move that batting average up over 280. Let's do it. Diaz on first base with one out. 0-2 is the count against Peña. This one's fouled away. That one's a little outside the zone. Cooper Criswell. Let's see how tall. Yeah, he is. He's 198 centimeters tall. He looks tall. 198. Crap. Wow, that one was called ball, but it was actually in the lower outside part of the zone. Man, this umpire really is something else. I mean, it went Peña's way, but still. Peña taps one to second base. They're going to try for two, but there's no throw to first. No way that they could get Peña on that one. So Diaz is out at second, but Peña makes it to first. There are two outs, but we have a speedster on the bases now with Victor Caratini coming up. And I mentioned to you earlier, guys, that he's been pretty hot. He's batting .288 right now. Here's the first pitch to Caratini. Up and inside, check swing, ball one. Kind of an interesting stat. They said Yainer is the 5th fastest catcher in the American League. Here comes the next pitch. That one's in the dirt, ball two, 2-0. Victor Caratini definitely can hit the ball out. He's only got about 5 home runs this year, but he's been really hot lately. And I have a feeling off this pitcher, he could launch. Here's the next pitch. That one's on the outside corner for strike one, 85 miles an hour. Can't complain about it. It was right on the edge. Caratini calls a quick timeout. I love these batting gloves, the orange batting gloves. 2-1 is the count. Here comes the pitch from Criswell. Nope, he fires the first instead. Peña is back. Caratini back in the box. Criswell on the rubber. Here comes the pitch. Peña is stealing. It's a strike, but they say they got Jeremy Peña at second base. So Espada is taking a quick look at the footage to see if they might want to review. It looks like they're not going to challenge it because they are going to break right now. That's weird. They didn't wait to see what the call was going to be. They just went to break. A little strange. But we're tied up 1-1, guys. The Astros now have 2 hits. So everything is even in this game. It's like a reset. Red Sox, the dirty Red Sox with 2 hits and 1 run. The Astros with 2 hits, 1 run. Off Bregman's solo homer. I really do need a second screen hooked up. Now, what I could do, I think I talked about before, was hooking up my other computer and just connecting that to the big monitor so I can watch the game on there, and then I can do my other 2 screens. My preview screen for you guys, which has the score on it, and sometimes the replays. I can do the replays. And then my small screen. Yeah, that's what I use the small screen for on my laptop, is for the replays. And then I could use the extra screen, which is the medium-sized screen, for my software. But I just hate hooking up all of that because that's such a boost in electricity, and right now it's so hot I have to use the AC, and calling the games in the middle of the night I have to turn on lights. I know it sounds silly to worry about something like that, but since I'm in school and paying for so many freaking medical bills each month, I need to save as much money as I can. Verlander's back on the mound. He's going to be facing Masataka Yoshida, the DH. First pitch to him is a curveball in the dirt. Ball 1. Yoshida's batting .294. Why is a guy batting .294 batting in the 6th slot? I don't quite get that. Next pitch to him is a curve in the upper part of the zone. Strike 1. 1-1. One and one's the count against Yoshida. Here comes the pitch from Verlander. Big curveball, but way outside and high. Ball 2, 2-1. The Lion, yo, what's up, man? Good to see you. I'm in the game today. It's good to have you back here. I used to use my TV as my second monitor. Yeah, man. I love it. 93 miles an hour on the inside corner. That's a strike. 1 ball. I'm sorry, 2 strikes. 2 and 2. It counts even. This is a rental house where I'm at right now. In this monitor here, it's about I guess a 42-inch. Good size for a computer monitor. Found a way at the plate. Count remains 2 and 2. That was an 88 mile per hour pitch. I actually also have a projector here and a screen I haven't hooked up, and it would be kind of cool to just put the game on that. That would be that would be really cool. Here comes a pitch from Verlander. This one's hit out to left field. That's going to be another base hit. Jordan picks it up, fires it into second base. Yoshida is batting red hot. I think he's batting like .377 since the All-Star break. He's been tearing it up. I question why they have him down in the lineup like that. Why don't you have him batting much higher? Shouldn't have him batting any lower than third. And they've got him in the 6th slot. Doesn't make any sense. Connor Wong comes up to bat. The first pitch to him is right in there for strike 1. Taken like Liam Neeson for strike 1. Verlander has a very special set of skills. Looks like this might be a potential double play ball, but he's safe at first base. It's bounced down the third baseline. It wasn't a very hard hit ball. Whitcomb fires it to second. as fast as he can. Peña fires it to first, but they're just not able to get Wong. Wong is not a slow runner, even though he's the catcher. So the Astros do get one out from that, but they still have a runner on first. David Hamilton comes up to bat. First pitch to him is a curve, and that ball's skied up. Whitcomb is back. He might be able to get it, and he does. In true Bregman style, he runs over into foul territory and puts it away, no problem. Channeling his inner Bregman with those foul ball catches. So in one pitch, they put Hamilton away. That's a very interesting question. If they are all fully healthy, who would you start off with in the World Series? Brown, Valdez, or Verlander? Cedon Rafaela is up to bat. First pitch to him is 94 miles an hour, right in there for strike one. I don't know about you guys, but the way they're going right now, I'd have to go with Hunter Brown. Rafaela shows bunt, pulls back. That's in the dirt. Ball one, 1-1. If I could darken the window during the day, then I could maybe hang some kind of screen and put the game on the screen. That would be really cool. Watch the game on the screen and put the other stuff on my monitors. This is hit hard to left field. Is it going to stay in the park? No, it's off the wall, but he misplays it off the wall. It bounces over his head. Peña comes in and grabs it because it bounces so far back in towards the infield. And that's going to score a run. Wong scores. Rafaela gets to second base. That was nuts. You can see what happened here. Jordan misplayed it off the wall and just bounced right over his head. So, yeah. Hopefully it's not going to be that kind of a game. Wong is on second. Jaron Duran comes up to bat. Actually, I'm sorry. Hamilton is on second. Or Rafaela. No, Rafaela. That was Rafaela with that double off the wall. Duran had a double in the first inning. First pitch to him is a ball. Second pitch is high for another ball. So here we are in the second inning. Verlander has given up 4 hits and 2 runs. So first inning, 2 hits, 1 run. This running, 2 hits, 1 run. Runner on second, 2 outs. Let's see if he can get out of this one. 2-0 is the count against Duran. Here comes the pitch. That one's fouled off his foot. Strike one, 2-1. That guy Yostev's batting 264. Yeah, that's right. He's been going crazy since the All-Star break. They should move him up. When he's hot, move him up. Two balls, 1 strike. Here comes a pitch to Duran. That's in the dirt. And Hamilton is going to get to, or Rafaela rather, is going to get to third, no problem. That was a little bouncer up. Caratini couldn't catch it. So now the Sox, the Dirty Red Sox, have a runner on third with 2 outs. 3 balls, 1 strike to Jaron Duran. Here comes the pitch from Verlander. This one's hit to left field, but out into the stands. Going to be strike 2, full count. 3 balls and 2 strikes. I need to get some kind of dusting cloth to get the dust off my laptop. Full count, 2 outs, runner on third. Here comes the pitch. Curveball outside, ball 4. That'll be another runner on base for Verlander. Yeah, it's looking like Verlander might not get to his pitch count today. Runners on the corners, 2 outs. Crowd is really, really quiet. Nothing to cheer about right now, though. 95 miles an hour inside, a little high and inside, ball one. And Duran takes second base, no throw from Caratini. Runners on second and third, both in scoring position now. 1-0 count. 38 pitches now for Verlander already. He's thrown almost 40 pitches here in the second inning. Here comes the next pitch. Curveball. A little high, but called strike one. Dirty Red Sox didn't like it, but makes up for that terrible call earlier. Big leadoff on third base. They're not playing anywhere near. Whitcomb is playing off. Here comes a 1-1 pitch. Curveball right on the outside. Strike two. Good pitch. It looked like he might not get that one. There was a long delay by the ump, and he finally called it. They're right there on the outside corner. One ball, two strikes. This is the 41st pitch for Verlander, about to come to the plate. Little pause, and here comes the pitch. Curveball down the right side. Woo, just barely foul, guys. That bounced just outside the line. That likely would have been another extra base hit. Abreu just hit it right down the line. Just missed by a little more than a foot. Count remains 1-2. Verlander gets the signal. Here comes the pitch. Curveball in the dirt. Caratini is able to stop it. 80 miles an hour. That was a nice curve, but it was way in the dirt. I think that bounced in front of the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Might be a mound visit if we don't get an out here. Here comes the 2-2 pitch from Verlander. Fastball hit straight up. Shea Whitcomb is underneath it. He's got it, and that will be out number 3. So luckily, the Astros and Verlander only give up the 1 run. After all of that, the Red Sox strand 2 on base. And Verlander gets up to about 43 or 44 pitches in the game so far in just 2 innings, guys. Just 2 innings. I'm pretty sure that he's, if he has another inning like this, it's going to be it. He's not going to be able to make it. So that leads me to question: when will Verlander come out? Let's do the 3rd inning, 4th inning, or 5th or later. Let's try that. If you guys get a moment, you can vote in this poll in the chat. When will Verlander come out? The 3rd inning, the 4th inning, or the 5th or later? I think that if he gets to the 5th, it'll be an absolute miracle. I don't see him going more than 80 pitches. Yeah, I mean, if he gets really, really lucky, he gets like a couple of ground outs and a fly out this inning, this next inning and the inning after, okay, sure, he can get to the 5th inning. But actually, let's see. As he's going right now, I think that he will not make it past the 4th inning. That's just my feeling, based on what I've seen. They're just hitting him, and his pitch count is too high. I think the Red Sox have, besides the 2 runs and the 4 hits, they've stranded about 3 base runners. Victor Caratini is back up to bat. He's going to have a second chance here, guys, with no runners on this time. First pitch to him by Criswell is 76 miles an hour, way outside the zone. And I'm actually pretty happy with the way my coffee tastes this morning. Next pitch is grounded to the right side. This should be an easy flip to the pitcher, and it is. Caratini is out by a mile at first base. Some of those simple things that you realize sometimes. I bought this old house that's out in the countryside here in Hiroshima, and I made a trip out there several weeks ago. I don't get to go there very often because I'm in school in another city, but I was able to bring back a lot of stuff, including a huge thing of coffee. Jake Myers is up to bat. His average has come down to 229. First pitch to him is outside, so he avoids the Myers count. A little low and inside, could have been called strike, but it was called ball 2. If Myers gets 3 balls, this will be known as the reverse Myers count. Here comes the pitch. That one's in the zone and fouled back, so he avoids the reverse Myers count. But this huge thing of Kirkland coffee that I got from Costco, I was able to bring it back, and so I don't have to buy any more coffee for a really long time. This one's hit to the left side, and shortstop is able to get it and fire it over to first. Oh my gosh. If that had been Peña running on the base, he definitely would have beat that throw. Holy cow, let's take a quick look at that. Yeah, that was a great play by the shortstop. He's lucky that it was Myers running and not a speedster. 2 outs already. Wow, Dubon comes up and rips the very first pitch down the left field line all the way to the wall. That's going to be an easy double for Dubon. Oh yeah, that's right. 2 outs, but Astros now have a runner on second. There's something, right? Something to be happy about. Right down the line, out to left field. All right, we got something going here in the bottom of the order. That brings up Shea Whitcomb. Whitcomb is actually batting .308 right now. Here comes the first pitch to him. That's in there, 88 miles an hour. Strike 1. Come on, Whitcomb. Man, let's even this back up. Don't let the Red Sox stay ahead. There comes a 0-1 pitch. That's outside for ball 1. I see McCormick over in the corner of the screen on deck. He's watching the pitcher and timing his practice swings. That's funny. I used to do that. 1-1 is the count. Here comes the pitch. That's also outside, 89 miles an hour. Ball 2, 2-1. He's going to hit, going to maintain that 230 average. Good play, nice, yes. Here comes the next pitch. That was way inside. 3-1. It looked like that one was supposed to be an outside pitch. The catcher set up on the outside corner, but he threw it way inside. 3 balls and 1 strike on Shea Whitcomb. This will be the 33rd pitch for Criswell. That one's fouled back. 89 miles an hour, kind of up and in on that pitch. Man, just a nice base hit here to tie the game would be a huge deal. Come on. Can't be giving up a lead early in the game. Criswell looking really red in the face. Here comes the full count pitch, guys. Fouled back again by Whitcomb. Stays alive. That one was right in the zone. 90 miles an hour. What do you say, Shea? Whitcomb that ball out. Out of the park would be fine, but anywhere where there's not a player is also good. This one's hit barely to the right side, and Criswell, the pitcher, covers first base, and he's barely able to beat Whitcomb. That's going to do it for the Astros in the second inning. They do not even the game this time, so the Red Sox maintain their lead 2-1 going into the top of the third. So Dubon's really nice double, unfortunately, comes too late. for the Astros to be able to move him around. With one opportunity to do that, it's a slow roller to first base that gets Shea Whitcomb. That's going to do it for the Astros in a second. All right. Got about 10 people joining right now. Thanks for being here. As you guys know, this is Verlander's first game back with the Astros in over 2 months. It's also Bregman's first game back. He's not playing at third, but he is DHing. And he actually should be coming up to bat. I think he'll be the second batter in the next inning, or rather later this inning. It's now the top of the third. Red Sox are about to be up to bat, starting with Tristan Casas, followed by Rafael Devers and Rob Refsnyder. Devers doesn't look like a baseball player to me. He looks like a guy who sits on the couch, eats lots of food, and watches baseball. But not a guy who plays Major League Baseball. He's got that look, you know. Casas is in the batter's box, and here comes the 44th pitch of the game from Justin Verlander. Swing and a miss. 93 miles an hour, up and in. Strike one. I see we got some votes going on in the poll. If you have a chance, you can check that out. Give your opinion. When do you think Verlander will come out of the game? 0-1 is the count he has against Casas right now. Here comes the pitch. Curveball in there for strike two. Casas went to go and he held up, but it was a strike. Good pitch by Verlander. It's 0-2. Here comes the 0-2 pitch after a really long pause by Verlander. In there, did he check his swing? They said nope. He went. Strike three. 3-pitch strikeout by Verlander on that check swing. Let me see if I can show you the replay there. Yep. Very nice. Rafael Devers is up to bat. Here comes the next pitch. It's going to be strike one in the outside corner. It's pretty interesting. I just got some information I wasn't aware of about Verlander. I'll let you know in just a moment. The count's 0-1 against Devers. 1 out, no one on. That one's low, almost in the dirt for ball one. The count's even. Basically, Verlander moved up to 10th all-time on the strikeout list, most strikeouts of all time. But then Scherzer passed him up while he was injured. And that pitch is high, 94 miles an hour for ball two, 2-1. So Verlander is about 5 or so, maybe a little more than that. Less than 10 strikeouts behind Max Scherzer, who moved ahead of him for the 10th slot. So they're fighting for that slot right now. Next pitch is fouled away by Devers. 94 miles an hour, low in the zone. I appreciate you guys being here today. Got about a dozen watching. Thanks so much. Take a look at the poll right quick. We got about 3 votes currently. 5th or later and 4th inning. Okay, interesting. Here comes the next pitch to Devers, 2-2. This one's hit hard to center field, but way up high. Myers is underneath it, no problem. Puts it away. Out number 2. Top of the third, no hits so far this inning. After 2 hits and 1 run in the first 2 innings. Rob Refsnyder comes up to bat. The right-hander who plays left field, batting .297 for the season. He lined out in the first inning. First pitch to him is a swing and a miss on a curveball. Or maybe that was a slider. 89 miles an hour. That's 52 pitches for Verlander. The count's 0-1 to Refsnyder. And here comes the second pitch. Ooh, that was just barely missing. It looks like another slider on the outside corner. 89 miles an hour, ball 1-1. Yeah, my Kirkland signature coffee is ready. I'm glad that this big thing of coffee tastes so much better than I thought it would. 93 miles an hour fastball right on the outside corner. Strike 2. 1-2, guys. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Check swing. Didn't go around. 89 miles an hour. Counts 2-2. Chas McCormick due up in just a few moments. Here comes a pitch from Verlander. Another one outside. Half-hearted check swing there from Refsnyder. That's going to be a full count, guys. So Verlander playing around trying to get that third strike. Here comes the full count pitch. This one's right on the outside corner. Rung him up. Strike 3. Refsnyder thought he might be getting a walk there, but that was right on the corner. Umpire rings him up, and Verlander gets another strikeout. Well done, Verlander. Well done. That'll do, Pig. That'll do. 3 strikeouts for Verlander in 3 innings. Not going to complain about that. But I am happy to see no hits, no runs for the Red Sox in the top of the third. So now the Astros, it's time for them to even up this game and perhaps even, just perhaps, take the lead. We do have McCormick coming up to bat, followed by Bregman and Alvarez. And guys, right now, I feel that the top of the lineup is hitting the ball really hard. Even Dubon hit the ball hard. But I feel that off this particular pitcher right now, or maybe it's just the Astros bats, they look like they're really able to make contact with the ball at the moment. And just as a quick quiz for you guys, how many strikeouts does the Red Sox pitcher Criswell have at the moment? Can you tell me that? So, riddle me this. How many strikeouts does the Red Sox pitcher have right now? Do you know? The answer is 0. So here in the beginning of the bottom of the third, the Astros have not struck out once. All the way through the order, Chas McCormick is the last guy to bat in this order to start off this game. As long as he doesn't strike out, we'll see. First pitch is bounced. It's not going to be a strikeout. It's going to be bounced to the shortstop, who fires over to first and gets him on the very first pitch. So he didn't strike out, guys. He hit the ball. I'm telling you, the Astros are actually putting the bat on the ball. I don't have a problem with that. 109.1 miles per hour on Bregman's line drive home run. First pitch to Bregman is outside, 89 miles an hour for ball 1. Come on, multiple home run game, Bregman. Here we go. That one's low. Ball 2, 2-0. I mean, just how great is that? You come back, your first game back from not feeling well. You're DHing, and you hit a solo home run. That one's in there for a strike. 89 miles an hour. That looks like a good one to be swinging at. 20 home runs for the season, guys, for Bregman. He's just a few behind Alvarez, like 5 behind. That one's low and outside, ball 1. 3-1. 3-1. The count moved up really quick, didn't it? Next pitch in there for strike 2, full count. Three balls, 2 strikes to Bregman. Here comes the pitch from Criswell. Check swing, but that was on the outside corner. So Bregman, he should have swung at that one. That's the first strikeout for the Astros this game. First 9 batters, no strikeouts. And unlike Bregman to strike out, especially like that, it was right on the outside corner, and he checked his swing. Yordan Alvarez comes up, crushes the first one down the line, but just barely foul on the first base side. That'll be strike 1. Oh and 1 is the count versus Alvarez. 2 outs. That one's high. Ball 1. 1-1. I got Astros 1.5 and under 9.5 total for both teams. Do I got a chance? I don't know why you're asking me. Yordan hits it to left field. He's got a single. He's on base. With that shot, that opposite field shot. Opposite field single for Alvarez. That brings up Yainer Diaz with a runner on and 2 outs. Here comes the pitch. Ooh, that was in the lower inner part of the zone. 79 miles an hour curve. Somehow was called ball, but all right. 1 ball, no strikes against Diaz. Here comes the next pitch. Diaz takes that one. Low and away. Ball 2. Yainer did have a single in the first inning. Here comes the next pitch. Low and outside, ball 2. Oh, ball 3, I'm sorry. 3-0. They're not really wanting to pitch to these guys. Haven't given too much for them to get their bat on, but they have managed. Here comes the next pitch to Yainer. That one's going to be outside, ball 4. So he walks Yainer. Yainer is now on first base on a 4-pitch walk. So with 2 outs, now the Astros have something cooking here. The coach is going to come out with the catcher and have a little chat with Criswell. You can really see how tall he is standing next to Wong, the catcher, and even the coach. He's got to be like 6 inches taller than Wong, and he's about 4 inches taller than the coach. This guy is massive. He's almost 2 meters tall, guys. That's a huge guy. Jeremy Peña comes up to bat, looking like a real baseball player with his jersey all dirtied up from diving earlier, sliding into second and getting called out, unfortunately. But now it's his chance to do something. He reached base on a fielder's choice. They failed to get him on a double play. Here comes the first pitch to Peña. This one's fouled back, 89 miles an hour. Strike 1. Oh and 1, 2 outs, 2 runners on first and second. Here comes the next pitch to Peña. Man, that was outside. Fastball, 90 miles an hour? No, that must have been a changeup. It was a good couple of inches off the plate, maybe 3 inches out of the zone, a sinker. Called strike 2. Man, 0-2. Peña calls timeout. Steps out of the box. What's with these calls, man? This has happened to Peña a couple of times, I think. Outside the zone. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. That one's way outside, almost 2 feet off the plate. Are you sure that's not a strike, Hump? Could be. Chris, I'm not a betting man. I don't bet. So I have no idea. Here comes the next pitch, and it's going to even the count 2-2. Another one way outside. So Peña not swinging at that garbage. Two balls, 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch to Jeremy Peña. Another one way outside. Looks like Criswell doesn't want to put that ball in the zone for Peña. Full count. Criswell getting a little aggravated at himself. 3-2. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss. 77 miles an hour. In the zone, but a little low and outside. Peña swings and misses it. What an opportunity. Once again, the Astros, because of the umpire, miss an opportunity. That would have been ball 4 and bases loaded. But as it comes out, it turns out to be strike 3. And that ends the inning. But actually right now the Astros should have bases loaded with 2 outs. But instead, thanks to the umpire, we're going into the top of the 4th inning. Top of the 4th inning. Astros still down 2-1. Both teams with 4 hits. Verlander now at 57 pitches is facing Masataka Yoshida, who does have a hit. He's 1 for 1 today, followed by Connor Wong and David Hamilton. So we'll see how Verlander fares this inning. Let's take a look at the poll here. We have 6 votes. Okay, so everyone who said 4th inning, this is where we find out if you're correct. If he comes out this inning, next inning, or later. Verlander's back on the mound. Masataka Yoshida's in the box. Here comes the pitch. Right on the outside corner there. That could have gone either way. Strike 1, 92 miles an hour. Oh, 1 pitch from Verlander is on the way. This one's hit to center field. Myers is over. Jordan is over. Jordan takes it. No problem. Lazy fly ball. Out number 1. Good start to the top of the 4th. Just a couple of pitches. Out number 1. Connor Wong is up to bat. This will be the 60th pitch for Verlander. And it's on the way right now. Whew. That one was a couple inches off the plate. 93 miles an hour, but called strike. Well, at least the ump is calling him on the Red Sox, too. Not just on Jeremy Peña and the Astros. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Curveball right in the bottom of the zone. Fouled away by Wong. 0-2. 13 people. Got a baker's dozen in the watching the stream or listening in. Thank you for being here today. I appreciate that. Really nice to have you. It's about 4:08 in the morning for me over here in Hiroshima. 0-2 is the count against Wong. Verlander deals. This one's grounded to Peña. Peña fires over to first base. Should be no problem. Easy out. Out number 2. 6 outs in a row now for Verlander. Nothing doing for the Red Sox since the end of the second inning when they had 2 runners on. From then until now, it's been all outs for Verlander. 2 outs facing David Hamilton. First pitch is in there in the bottom of the zone. Swing and a miss. Little curveball, 84 miles an hour. Hamilton fouled out, I believe, to Shea Whitcomb over on the third base side in the second inning. Here comes the next pitch, 0-1. He shows bunt, fouls it away. Didn't really look like he was ready to be bunting that. But now it's 0-2. This might be another strikeout for Verlander. Be nice to see him catch up to Max Scherzer. The sooner the better. 2 outs. Here's the pitch to Hamilton, the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, baby. He got it. How do you like them apples? A 3-pitch strikeout there. The Astros are going to move into the bottom of the 4th. Victor Caratini is due up, followed by Jake Myers and Mauricio Dubon. Dubon doubled his last at bat. Caratini and Myers are both 0 for 1. So we're going to be looking to see if these guys can do something. Caratini has been steadily bringing his batting average up. Has just become very dependable. He hasn't been hitting a lot of long balls. I think he only has 5 home runs. But batting left-handed, he is doing much better than batting right-handed. So I'm sure he will continue to do that today. Okay, so Verlander did not come out in the 4th, guys. So all of those who said 4th inning, I'm sorry. Now, I said earlier that I'd be surprised if didn't I say if Verlander got through the 6th inning? But I really think that the 5th will be his last inning. That's what I felt like from the beginning. He's going to pitch 5, assuming that he does all right. I mean, he's doing all right now. He did give up 2 runs in the first 2 innings, but the past 2 innings, it's been straight up shutdown ball. He's got 7 outs in a row from the end of the 3rd all the way through, or the end of the 2nd rather, all the way through the end of the 4th. 7 outs in a row. Can't complain about that. Assuming that he does the same thing in the next inning, I believe, even if he does, if he gets 3 up and 3 down in the next inning, I still think that that is going to do it for him. That's just my guess. We will see. All right, guys. Victor Caratini's up facing Criswell. First pitch is a little high. Holy cow. You got to be careful with this umpire. I was going to say ball 1. That was a few inches above the zone. And they called strike 1. Man, this umpire is really something else. If he were my child, this is not timeout. This is I'm going to whip you. I'm going to whip you mode. Okay, that one's low for ball 1. 1-1. What I want is count. That one's way outside by a good foot. Ball 2, 2-1. You never know with this ump, though. You never know. Here comes a 2-1 pitch from Criswell to Caratini. That one's also outside. Curveball, but didn't quite make it back in far enough. So that's going to be ball 3, guys. 3-1. Caratini with an opportunity to get on base. This will be the 60th pitch for Criswell. That one's in there for strike 2. 87 miles an hour, low and inside. No doubt about that one. I think Caratini could have pulled that one, but I think he was looking for the walk. 3-2. Here comes the next pitch. This one's hit hard. and it's going to be bobbled by the second baseman. He fires it over. He's going to get it because Caratini can't run like Diaz. My gosh. What an unlucky break there for Caratini. There was a bobble. Let's take a look at that. He hits it over, bobbles the ball, runs out and grabs it, fires it over, and beats him to first base. I mean, come on. Wow. I didn't realize Caratini was that slow. Whew. Out number one. Jake Myers comes up. But he did hit that ball pretty hard. He scorched it. Ball one outside Myers. 1-0. This one's a little high, but in the top of the zone for strike one. 1-1. So no Myers count. No reverse Myers count. Myers did make contact and grounded out last at bat. This one is high and inside for ball two. 2-1. That could have been called strike, but I think the catcher's movement threw off the umpire. That one's right in there on the inside corner. 76 miles an hour. I love pitches like that, man. I hate it when I see pitches like that taken. Inside curveball, just 76 miles an hour. Myers could have launched that. He could have pulled on that. Man, I used to love those pitches when I was hitting. 2-2 is the count. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss on the outside corner, 88 miles an hour. So he swings at the one that's way outside, and he takes the one on the inside that he could have launched on. 2 outs. They just showed a Woodlands Church commercial. Kind of looked like a cult. Sorry if anybody's supportive of the church there. It just looked like one of the shots they showed, everybody just standing and facing the same direction. It kind of looked like a cult picture. They were all wearing similar colors. Dubon fouls away the first pitch for strike one. He had a double his last at bat, batting .252 right now, hoping that he'll pull his average up, start getting on base more. That one's outside and low, ball one, 1-1. How long has it been since Dubon's hit a home run? A few weeks? Maybe it was that one that he hit that won the game. That one's also outside and low. Ball two, 2-1. Two balls, one strike. Here comes a pitch. Dubon takes that one on the outside corner, 89 miles an hour for strike two. 70 pitches now for Criswell. Here comes the 71st. Mauricio Dubon sends that one to right field almost all the way to the track. Right fielder is able to take it in for out number 3, no problem. That's going to do it for the Astros in the bottom of the fourth. So, guys, we're getting really close to the halfway point here, moving into the top of the fifth. 4 hits for each team. Red Sox with one more run, 2-1. Verlander is going to be facing Ceddanne Rafaela, Jarren Duran, and Wilyer Abreu. As it stands right now, Verlander is up to 65 pitches. I don't know what his pitch count is. I did hear at the beginning of the game that there is a pitch limit in place for Verlander this game. And I'm interested to see what that pitch count is. Oh, it's now about 4:17 in the morning for me here. I don't know what the time is for you wherever you are in the world, but I'll say it again: good morning, good afternoon, or good evening wherever you are. Man, for our poll right now, we got 60% people saying 5th inning or later. Well, we'll find out. Maybe I should have added the 6th on there, but I didn't, because I just felt like 5th inning or later is close enough. All right, guys. Verlander's back up on the rubber. We're getting ready to go. Verlander's looking for the signal. He's got what he wants. Here comes the pitch to Rafaela. This one's hit hard, way up in the sky. Jeremy Peña is back. Looks like he'll take it. And he does. Alvarez comes in. Gives some funny words to Peña. Out number one. One pitch, one out. Looking good so far. It's one of the things that they talk about a lot with the team, and I do believe it's kind of an Astros culture for them to be very close, to have good camaraderie between the guys. Here comes the first pitch to Jarren Duran. Strike one. 93 miles an hour right in there. Duran has a double, a walk, stolen base, and has scored. He's been productive. 1 for 1 today. Here comes the next pitch. This one's hit also to center field, left center, but Myers floats over, gets it on the warning track. Two fly balls out for the Astros. Just 3 pitches so far for Verlander in this inning. He's getting out with the minimal so far. 2 away. This will be the 69th pitch for Verlander, given to Wilyer Abreu. And it's on the way right now. Ooh, right in there. 93 miles an hour inside corner. Strike one. I wish I had a more efficient way of studying Japanese, guys, and had more money so I didn't have to go to the school. I'd rather just be here doing all these games than spend the rest of the day studying. That would be my preference. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Way high. Abreu has to kind of pull away from that one. Up and in. Ball 1. The count is even. Two outs. Top of the 5th. No one on. 1-1 is the count. Verlander facing Wilyer Abreu. Here comes the pitch. Curveball right in the zone. Strike 2. 78 miles an hour. Verlander in good form right now, looking like. Japan is losing 3-0 in the Little League World Series. Oh man, I didn't even realize that was going on. Wargasm, thanks for being here, man. Good to see you again. Who are they playing? Because I really have no idea. I've been so busy with my studies since school started again. I have not a clue. Here comes the 1-2 pitch from Verlander. That one's in the dirt. Curveball down in the doit for an even 2-2 count. Is it Taiwan? Next pitch is hit high out to the right side. That's going to go out of play. Count remains 2-2. Here comes the 2-2 pitch from Verlander. This one's also fouled away, but this time back and away. Count remains 2-2 on that 88 mile per hour pitch. This will be the 75th pitch for Verlander. I wonder if this is his pitch limits, about 75 or maybe 80. Don't know. Here comes the next pitch. That was way outside for ball 3, full count. I kind of feel like for this first outing back that 80 pitches might be about it. And right on cue, Taylor Scott comes up in the bullpen and starts warming up. Here comes the next pitch. That one's in there. Strike 3. He got the strike, guys. 95 miles an hour. Right in the outside of the zone. Wilyer Abreu is angry and yelling and throwing his stuff down on the ground like a little leaguer. That's great. How many strikeouts now is that for Verlander in this game? 6. 6 strikeouts. in 5 innings. How do you like that? My guess is that Taylor Scott is coming in the 6th. Chinese Taipei. Well, let's not say Chinese Taipei. Trust me, it's Taiwan. Only Chinese people from China will say Chinese Taipei. The reason that you see the name Chinese Taipei is because so that it doesn't offend the government of China and the people who think that Taiwan belongs to China. And I know that that's one of those things that people are scared of saying. There's this rhetoric always that people are saying that China is Taiwan. Yeah, right. The reason is because of PC, not to hurt the feelings of the Communist Party. Basically, make them angry. They always say it hurts the feelings of the Chinese people. But the truth is that it makes them angry because they consider Taiwan to belong to them. However, the government of China, as it stands right now, the Chinese Communist Party, who controls China, not even for 1 second have they ever controlled Taiwan. The last government of China, they controlled Taiwan, and they continued to control Taiwan. But now, to keep from stirring the pot up too much and causing war, basically, they have to be called Chinese Taipei, which is silly. I actually played on a Taiwanese team in Tokyo, a Taiwanese baseball team, and my friends roll their eyes anytime they hear Chinese Taipei. Here comes the first pitch. Oh, second pitch? I don't have the count updated on the screen. I think there's been 2 pitches. That was a foul ball by Whitcomb. Shea Whitcomb is in the box. They're showing 0-1 on the screen, but I thought there were 2 pitches already. Next pitch is way outside. Yep, it's right. 2 balls and 1 strike right now, but on the screen it's showing 1-1, but that's incorrect. I was right. 2 balls and 1 strike is the count. This one's hit hard right at the shortstop. He picks it up, fires it over. That was a hard hit ball, but an easy bounce for him, and he gets Whitcomb out at first base. That's going to bring up Chas McCormick. Yeah, but what I was saying is like these big channels like ESPN and CBS, ABC, any of these channels, they're not going to do anything to upset or anger the Chinese Communist Party. They want money from them, so they're going to do whatever they say. First pitch to Myers is outside for ball 1. Here comes the second pitch. A little high, but right on the edge of the zone for strike 1, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike to McCormick with 1 out. Here comes the pitch. That one's hit out to right field and goes out of play. Strike 2, 1-2. It's interesting because the official name of Taiwan, the government, I guess you'd say the nation name is the Republic of China, ROC. But even my Taiwanese friends don't like that. They just like to be called Taiwan. 1-2 pitch, way outside, ball 2, 2-2. I don't know all the reasons why they don't like to be called the Republic of China. Maybe it's because it has the word China in it. Not sure. Next pitch is right in there, 76 miles an hour, curveball. Strike 3. Swing and a miss by Chas McCormick. So the Astros, in the first time through the lineup, the Astros have no strikeouts. And in the second time through the lineup, Criswell has 4 strikeouts. But now they're going to pull him out as Bregman comes up to bat. They're not going to let him, even with 2 outs, they're not going to let him face Bregman again. I'm not sure who the pitcher is going to be, but as soon as I find out, I'll update it for you. Let me check and see if that's been updated yet on ESPN's website. Take a quick look. Nope, not yet. But as soon as I get that, I'll let you know. ESPN is not the same since Disney bought them. Oh man, nothing is the same once Disney buys it. It's really sad, really, really sad, because I remember the days when Disney was considered such a, I don't even know how to describe it, a, a, le- a legacy company, a, and I'm not even talking about like 50 or 60 years ago. I'm talking about even as short as just 20, 25 years ago. They were still considered this legacy company. And I remember the days before DVDs, we still had VHS tapes. And what a big deal it was for so many people to be collecting these Disney. You remember the really big VHS boxes? Do any of you know about those? The really big Disney VHS boxes that their movies would come in. So they put extra effort, it seemed, into making their stuff look a lot more premium. And if you could find these VHS tapes of certain movies, it was like gold. It was like finding gold. And I knew a couple of people who collected. I personally knew a couple of people who collected Disney movies on VHS, and I saw their collections. And whenever I would go through and see what they had, I was always amazed. They would always have something that was very difficult to find. It was a big deal. But now Disney is total opposite. All they care about is an agenda. They don't care about a good story or moving people. They want to change people's minds to some twisted way of life. Now that said, Bregman is up in the plate, or at the plate. Zach Kelly is pitching now for the Red Sox. I don't know if I might have his picture. I think I might have his picture in the folder. Let me see. Yes, I do. I can update that pretty quickly, I think. Zach Kelly. I need to change his name, though. Next pitch to Bregman is on the way. That's going to be ball one. Up and outside. Okay, I believe I've got it. There we go. That was a quick change. 1-1 to Bregman. Here comes the pitch with 2 outs. Little outside. Whew. I'm surprised the umpire didn't call that one a strike. It was about 2 inches outside the zone. He usually likes that area outside the zone. But 2-1. Here comes the next pitch from Kelly. Bregman swings and fouls it back right in the middle of the zone. 91 miles an hour. That could have been another Breggy bomb. Man, I'm out of coffee. Should I go for a third cup with the same grounds and get a really, really weak cup of coffee? I think I can't do that with these, so I'm going to have to get more. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Alex Bregman. Here comes the pitch. Swings, and it's bounced towards the shortstop. Should be no problem, and it is. That's out number 3. That ends the 5th inning, guys. So the Astros have now put up 4 goose eggs since Alex Bregman's solo shot in the 1st inning. This is what I call unacceptable baseball. 4 innings of not a single run against a pitcher that they were actually able to put the bat on. Verlander is not having a bad game despite the rough start. I mean, he's given up 2 runs in 5 innings. For his first game back, you can't complain about that. But what you can complain about is the Astros not giving him any run support. Screw that. Come on now. Orgasm says, I was born in Monroe and spent the first 2 weeks of my life in Louisiana. Raised a Texan, though. That's funny. Yeah, man. I've been in Monroe several times. I had a friend in the university who was from Monroe. It was opposite for me. I was born in Shreveport, actually, in northwest Louisiana, which is really close to Texas. Some people would joke and say that it was basically East Texas because a lot of people up there are much more like East Texas people than they are Louisiana people. When you start to get way down south, Baton Rouge, the people are very different. I mean, heck, they're different even in Alexandria. And when you get down to New Orleans, they're even different. It's like a different world down there. But when I was still a baby, we moved to Houston, and I spent many years there. It wasn't until I was more than 7 years old, maybe close to 8 years old, when we moved back to Louisiana because my dad couldn't get work in the steel industry anymore. He was a welder. But because of that, I became a huge Houston fan. But my brother just decided, because he's a narcissist, and I didn't know that at the time, I was just a kid, but looking back and knowing who he is now, he just wanted the best, quote, the best. So he picked all of the most popular teams to follow. All right, Verlander is out, guys. Brian King is on the mound. First pitch is in there, 90 miles an hour to Casas for strike one. Brian King. I need to change that picture. So Verlander has officially finished his outing with the Astros. Now I need to change the name here. Next pitch from King looks like it's fouled away. Did I spell his name correctly? Maybe it's Y-A-N. I think so. Update that. Is it 3 balls and 1 strike to Casas. 3 balls and 1 strike. Next pitch from King, right on the outside corner, strike 2. Casas acted like he wanted to get a walk there, but that was on the outside corner. I always love it whenever the batters act like, oh, that's ball 4, and they start to take off, but it's clearly on the edge of the zone. Full count now by King against Casas. Here comes the next pitch from King. Right in there, guys, right on the lower outside part of the zone. Casas stands there. He's still standing in the box staring at the umpire. If you're going to complain and be upset about something, be upset about your batting skills. Don't be upset because the umpire calls strike 3 on the outside corner. Strike out by King. Good pitch. It's one of those things I don't get. These are professional players, and they've batted thousands of times throughout their career. And they should know better on that. Just walk away. Rafael Devers is up. Fouls the first pitch off for strike 1. 0-1 is the count. Ouch. Just hit my toe on a door as Devers almost gets hit with that one. That was way up and in for ball 1. He ducks out of the way. Yeah, man, Devers always has it's disgusting. He always has this big chew in his mouth. Just spitting at the plate as he stands there in this big wad in the corner of his mouth. How are his teeth not destroyed? Fouls that one away for strike 2. 1-2 is the count. Whew. I remember when my brother got addicted to tobacco, smoking and dipping and all of that. Man, he was constantly dipping Copenhagen and Skull Bandits. Ugh. 93 miles an hour up and in, ball 2. The count is even. The smell of that stuff would give me a headache. Here's the next pitch. High, 92. Ball 3. Count is full. I'm one country north of Houston. Oh, I looked at that wrong. One county. One country, what? Yeah, that would be in Canada, right? One country north. Here's the next pitch from King. Swing and a miss. He gets the strikeout. So 2 strikeouts in a row for King. Out number 2. That'll bring up Rob Refsnyder. That'll give me an opportunity to set up another cup of coffee. "4:38 in the morning here. Ref Snyder comes to the plate. First pitch to him is on the way. 92 miles an hour in there for strike one, guys. He lined out and struck out his last two at bats. Right now, 0-1 is the count. Here comes the next pitch. Swing and a miss on that curveball low in the zone. 82 miles an hour. King tossing some nice pitches right now. 0-2 is the count. He's looking for 3 straight strikeouts. Fine by me, man. Come on, Magnum PI. Here's the next pitch. That's a curveball low. In case you guys are wondering why I call King Magnum PI, it's because he looks like Tom Selleck with the hair and the mustache. Here comes the 1-2 count. That one's low and inside. Man, can you believe that? Low and inside, strike. Ref Snyder walked away like it was strike 3, and Caratini acted like it was a strike, but the umpire called it a ball. Unbelievable. Yeah. You know it's bad when the batter and the catcher think it's a strike and the umpire doesn't call it. Now it's a full count. The next pitch is a ball. Here comes a Magnum PI return pitch. Right in there on the outside corner. Finally, strike 3. Paints it on the outside corner to come back and get that strikeout, but Brian King should not have had to throw 2 more pitches to get that strikeout. 3 batters, 3 strikeouts. Brian King, Magnum PI, baby. Shuts the Sox down. The Dirty Red Sox in the top of the 6th. Getting the job done in the 6th. Taylor Scott was still warming up in the bullpen, so it looks like he might be coming in the 6th. I would guess that if Scott has a good short 6th inning, he might even do... I'm sorry, if he has a good short 7th inning, he might even pitch the 8th. But I don't know. I have Houston's Diaz and Boston's Duran on my fantasy. You guys hit the like and help the channel out. We're getting good content. I personally can't find anyone else that calls Astro games on YouTube. Man, I really appreciate you saying that. And guys, I didn't pay him to say that. And even if I wanted to, I wouldn't be able to pay him to say it. I'm so broke right now. So definitely getting the likes on the channel and the subscriptions, the comments, and even... You may not realize this, but even the comments in the live chat help me because it causes you to think that it's more interesting, the content's more interesting, and they will show it to more people. So the more interaction there is with my channel, the more people it will be shown to. So I really appreciate you saying that. Let me see if I can pin that. There we go. I'll pin your message, man. I appreciate that so much. I think I'm going to end the poll right now since Verlander is out. And by the way, Wargasm, the reason that I started this channel, there are a few reasons, but one of the main reasons why I started this channel was because there's nobody else doing these games in English, and I don't understand. How can the Astros, a team that has been so successful for many years now, not have someone calling their games? I just don't get it. I feel really bad because I wish that, over the past several years I had been calling these games. It would have been really awesome. I could have built a huge following by now, but I had other things going on in my life. It was my health problem that drove me to this. Yordan Alvarez is up to bat, and there have been 2 really high pitches in a row, way out of the zone. To him, 2 balls and no strikes. Yordan is 1 for 2 with a single today. Winkowski is in the game now for the Red Sox. Here comes a 2-0 pitch. 95 in there for strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. Let's see if I think I've also got Winkowski's picture. Yeah, I do. I actually do. From the last series, I saved his picture. This one's hit hard out to left field, but it's going to be caught right at the warning track by the left fielder. So Yordan goes down for out number 1. Winkowski. Josh Winkowski. That brings up Yiner Diaz. Josh Winkowski. That's such a strange name. That sounds like a maneuver you would use to try to flirt with a girl. Give her the Winkowski, little Winkowski. First pitch to Yiner is in there for strike one. 0-1 is the count with one out, no runners on here in the bottom of the sixth. Astros need to get something going here. Swing and a miss, high in the zone, 85 miles an hour. And I can now pour my hot water. I've got my grounds just sitting here nice and dry waiting for water. I don't know why I was waiting to water them. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. This one's going out into right field. It's going to drop a little bloop line drive. The second baseman ran out there as fast as he could, but he just couldn't quite get to it, and it dropped in. You can see the replay here. I think we can see. Yeah, right out into right field. So Yiner is on first base with one out. I believe that will bring up Jeremy Peña. And it does. First pitch to Peña is outside for ball one. So now we have a little something going on. Yiner Diaz on first base with one out. Jeremy Peña, 1 ball, no strikes. Here comes the next pitch. Swing and a miss. Man, was that a sweeper? 93 miles an hour outside. Strike one, 1-1. Seen a lady calling him. Yeah, that's right. Me too. Me too. It's funny you say that because I'm the same. She does a good job, and she does, show little clips of the replays, the highlights, and she's really into it. She has a good layout, all of that stuff. I mean, I've watched her channel several times and listened in. It's just that my Spanish is not that good, so I can't understand everything that's being said. And I'm studying Japanese, so it's too difficult for me to focus on Spanish right now. Check swing by Peña. That's a low pitch for ball two. 96 miles an hour. That didn't miss by much. Astros actually have 5 hits now, one more than the Dirty Red Sox. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. This one's grounded to shortstop. He's going to have a play. He tries, and he gets him somehow. It looks like he was called out. He didn't have a play at second. Let's show you the replay here. Backhanded catch by the shortstop, and he does a good job getting it over. Yeah, he beat him at first base, just barely. Whew, Peña hit that one a little too hard, but he does advance Diaz to second base with 2 outs. Victor Caratini comes up to bat. The coach and the catcher, Wong, are out on the mound having a little chit-chat about Caratini. How great would it be for Caratini to even or take the lead in the game right now with a well-timed hit, well-placed hit? Looks like I'm now out of hot water. This will not be a complete full cup. But if there's a break, or once there's a break, I can probably go get a little more hot water. Oh, this might be enough. This might be enough. Runner on second, 2 outs. First pitch to Caratini from Winkowski is on the way. This one's hit hard, but it's going to be picked up right by the second baseman. Easy play, 1 pitch. And nothing doing for the Astros. Runner stranded on second base, guys. That's it, unfortunately, for the Astros in the bottom of the 6th. Five hits, 1 run for the Astros. 4 hits, 2 runs for the Red Sox. No errors either side. $14 people listening in. following the game. Thanks for being here today. This is one of those rare instances that I'm able to call the game during the weekdays, because normally the games start around 9 o'clock in the a.m. for me, and I am in a little town in Hiroshima Prefecture. It's about an hour drive away from the main city in Hiroshima. And I am in this town because I study Japanese at a language school. When I first came to Japan, I was teaching English, but I had a big health problem, just fire up, about 2.5 years ago. And it turned out to be a massive tumor on my right kidney, and it has grown quite large. Unfortunately, I don't have the ability to, or they don't have the ability to do surgery yet, so they've been trying to shrink it with some medication, and I wasn't able to continue working. I've been in and out of the hospital. I spent 2 months in the hospital last year with a blood clot in my leg. My legs swell and are discolored every single day. If you look at my left leg, my left foot, it looks like I'm a Thai kickboxer or something, because it's just black and blue and red every day, because the blood flow is so bad. But I take a ton of medicine. Costs a lot of money to cover my insurance, my hospital visits, my medication. So that's one of the reasons why I started this channel, because I thought maybe I could build it enough to the point where I can have some income coming in from that. And I can do it remotely, right? As long as I have a good internet connection, I can do this from anywhere. And plus, I enjoy watching the Astros games. This is the first time in my entire life I've been able to watch so many games. Masataka Yoshida is now facing Taylor Scott, who's on the mound replacing Brian King. First pitch to him is high, 92 miles an hour. That's another pitching change I have to change. I have to change the image on the screen. Next pitch from Scott is just a little outside the zone there for ball 2. I need to blow my nose, but I'm going to have to mute the microphone to do that. I'm going to wait until this at bat. Next pitch to Yoshida is high and inside, but right in the zone for strike 1. So 2 balls, 1 strike, guys. It has been an interesting experience, man, or for those of you who are listening, to learn how to call these games. Opposite field base hit there for Yoshida. He hits it out into left field. Jordan brings it in pretty quickly. He holds Yoshida to first base. So they've got 1 runner on with no outs. Leadoff runner. Taylor Scott gives up a hit. Brian King strikes out 3. Taylor Scott now has a runner on with no outs. He's facing Connor Wong. First pitch to him is a little high, but just clips the zone for strike 1. 1 second. I muted the microphone so I could clear my throat. I'm going to have to mute it again in a minute just to blow my nose. Here comes the 0-1 pitch, way high. Ball 1, counts even. Okay, made it back for the next pitch. 1-1 against Wong. 1 runner on, no outs. High and outside for ball 2. I had a head cold recently. I guess you could say kind of the summer cold, you know. Still got just a little bit of those remnants hanging around, making my nose run. 2-1 is the count. This one's hit hard to left field. Jordan is back on the warning track. He's got it. Luckily, he brings it in, holding the runner at first base. So Wong flies out. He hit it to the Wong person. Oh, for the Astros, it was the right person. Or should I say the white person. That reminds me of Elmer Fudd. He hit it to the wrong guy. David Hamilton comes up to bat 0 for 2 today, a foul out and a strikeout. First pitch to him is way off the plate, guys. Way outside, 94 miles an hour, ball 1. Scott has been really dependable for the Astros recently. Hopefully he continues that right now. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Low and inside, fouled away, 85 miles an hour. I feel pretty good about Altuve being in the dugout today. I mean, I'd love to see him in the game. He's my favorite player, but, you know, he's not a young guy anymore. I mean, compared to me, he's young. But for an MLB player, he needs a little rest, you know, sometimes, and he's been working his butt off. Here comes the 1-1 pitch to Hamilton after a long delay. No, Scott goes over to first base. Yoshida gets back, no problem. 1 out, 1 runner on, 1-1 count. We have all ones right now, and the Astros have a 1. 2-1, 1 out, 1 runner on. Yoshida's going for second. He's trying to steal. Caratini throws it from his knees. Yoshida actually stole the base. This season, that's his first stolen base ever. I think that if Caratini had gotten that throw on target, yeah, he could have gotten him. It was just a bad throw. Okay, 1 ball, 2 strikes. This one's fouled away by Hamilton. Count remains 1-2. Yoshida gets lucky on the bad throw from Caratini, but then again, it's not easy to make a throw like that from your knees. Here comes a 1-2 pitch from Scott. Strike 3, swing and a miss. Upstairs, 94 miles an hour. 2 outs now. I need to change the latency on the chat so I can live chat with you guys in more real time. All right, 94 miles an hour to Rafaela, Cedon Rafaela. That's ball 1. This will be the 15th pitch for Taylor Scott. This one's hit hard to left field. Is that going to be fair? That's going to be a double for sure. It's in play. Yoshida is able to score easily. Rafaela gets to second base. That one banged off the wall in left field. And that was disappointing. Red Sox now up 3-1 over the Astros. Runner still on second base. All the way out to left field there, off the fence. I think I need to update the base runner there. I've still got him on first base. Move that up. 2 outs, run on second. Now facing Jaron Duran. Scott delivers a pitch outside for ball 1. Red Sox basically challenging the Astros. 1-3. Astros only down by 2 runs. That pitch is also missing the zone for ball 2. Astros bats need to wake up this next at bat. 2-0 pitch is in the bottom of the zone. Swing and a miss. 85 miles an hour. Strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Let me check the live chat here. I shared your channel. Hopefully I can get you a few followers. Man, I appreciate that. I really do. I really, really do. Swing and a miss. Another 84 miles an hour changeup low for strike 2. That's 2-2. Do they have good Japanese coffee? Man, the Japanese love coffee. They have a really big coffee culture here. And you can get pretty much everything you want. You can get all sorts of coffee here. You can get coffee from basically everywhere. They also have a lot of independent coffee shops, so you can go get freshly ground coffee made at some local shop anywhere. That next pitch is fouled away, 94 miles an hour in the outside corner. Count remains 2-2. China has come on more and more as a coffee-loving country, but their number one is hot tea. But they have gotten onto the popular coffee bandwagon. Pitch outside, full count, 3-2. So we have runner on second, two outs, full count against Jaron Duran. Taylor Scott dealing on the mound. This will be his 22nd pitch of the inning, and it's on the way. Way outside, ball 4. He walked him. That's going to bring up Wilyer Abreu. Looks like the pitching coach is going to come out and chat with Scott. We're going to have a short break here as the infielders come in to chat with Scott as well. There are a couple of coffee chains, I guess you could say, that are like the Japanese Starbucks. And when I say they're Japanese Starbucks, I don't mean that they're like Starbucks. I just mean that they're well-known Japanese chains. There's one I think it's called Hoshino Coffee. I think that's what it's called. And you see a lot of those actually in the stations, in the train stations. There's one in Hiroshima Station. It's it looks kind of upscale. It's more of an upscale place. But the thing is, it's more upscale style, so that when you order a coffee, it's not going to be a huge monstrous coffee like Starbucks. It's going to be a smaller, more professional cup. First pitch to Abreu's once again outside. I think that's 3 straight pitches way outside for Taylor Scott. Oh, I think I spelt his name wrong. It's Ler, not Lor. Here comes the next pitch. That one's again way outside, almost 2 feet outside the plate. Caratini having to slide way out there to get that. 2 balls, no strikes. About 4 straight pitches way out of the zone. What is going on here? Scott not able to find his control right now for some reason. Next pitch is in the zone. Hit high into left center field. Myers is over. And Jordan, Myers takes it. That'll be out number 3. So luckily, the inning is over, but not before Taylor gives up a run. Disappointing that they gave up another run, but the disappointing story overall of this game so far has nothing to do with the Astros pitching. It's the bats, the lack of scoring. Bregman had a solo shot in the very first inning, but since then the Astros have played like they want to lose this game, like they just don't care. That's the thing that gets me. Sometimes when you're watching a game, you see like one player, maybe 2 players that look like they're trying really hard to do something, and then the rest of their team is just not supporting them. They just don't seem to be there. But in the early part of the game, the Astros were putting the bat on the ball. But then from there, it was just kind of like they became disinterested. Like, well, we haven't scored any runs since that home run, and we just, whatever. We're just gonna lay down and let the Red Sox take this series. After all, we've beat them like for 7 games or something. So we don't really care. It's kind of like, when are they gonna wake up? When am I gonna see some energy at the plate? Oh man. Is that Hoshino Coffee? Is that right? Yeah, that's right. Hoshino Coffee. Yeah, I remember the name right. I can put the I can actually put their link in the chat if you guys are interested in seeing. This is probably, I would say, the most popular or well-known Japanese coffee chain in Japan. I don't usually go there, and the reason is because I'm just too used to getting a large cup of coffee or a large latte. Something that lasts more than 15 minutes, and you just can't get that at Hoshino. It's a it's a it's a classy looking place with a small cup of elegant coffee. Jake Myers is at the plate. The very first pitch, he hits out into left field. A leadoff bat, a leadoff hit for Jake Myers with the very first pitch of the game by the new pitcher, Greg Weissert. Greg Weissert. Leadoff runner. Mauricio Dubon is up to bat now with a runner on first base, no outs. Here comes the pitch. Low in the zone. Ooh, that could have been a strike, man. They're going to call it ball one, but man, that was in the bottom of the zone. Yeah, this umpire, you never know what he's going to like or dislike. 1-0. Here comes the pitch from Weissert. That one's in the same spot, basically, just a little lower, also called ball. 2 balls, no strikes. Come on, just start walking, guys. Load up the bases, man. Come on. Big inning for the Astros. Come on. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. A little outside, but right on the edge of the zone, strike 1, so it's 2-1 now. I don't know if I have Weissert's picture, but I will check to see. I do not. I'll have to find it. Next pitch is fouled away to the right side. That was a nice strike out to the opposite field by Dubon, but out of play by about 35 or 40 feet. It would have been nice to drop that one in out in the right corner. Counts tied at 2-2. Here comes the pitch. This one's hit hard up the middle. It's going to be a single for Dubon, and it looks like we're going to have runners at first and second. Myers at second, Dubon at first, with back-to-back singles. Right up the middle for Dubon. That brings up Shea Whitcomb. Shea Whitcomb is going to be pulled for pinch hitter. John Singleton is coming out to bat. Now all of the infielders are out with the pitcher, Greg Weissert, to have a little meeting. I'll try to get Weissert's picture now. If I can get his picture uploaded on the screen, I will do that. Greg Weissert. I need to put it in the right folder, the Red Sox folder. There we go. Runners on first and second with no outs, guys. John Singleton pinch hitting for Shea Whitcomb. First pitch is wild. The runners are going to advance, guys. Very first pitch to Singleton is in the dirt, bounces away from Wong. You can take a look. Boom, way inside, off the glove. Runners advance. Runners on second, third, no outs. Here comes the next pitch to Singleton. He fouls that one away. That's going to be strike 1, 1-1. And I need to update on my screen a couple of things. Run on third. Runner on second. I'm trying to change the name of the pitcher. Check swing. No swing. Ball 2. Greg Weissert. Another strange name. There we go. 2 balls, 1 strike to Singleton. Swing and a miss with a pitch on the inside of the zone. Singleton's arm guard just flew off his elbow. Went out like 10 feet away from the plate. Big swing by Singleton, but Singleton just doesn't have a lot of success with those curveballs. He can't get the elbow guard back on his arm, so he just throws it to the side. Counts even 2-2 against Single McSingleton. Here's the pitch. That's strike 3 around the inside corner. He takes it looking. So he finally gets a pitch he should be swinging at, a fastball, 95 miles an hour on the inside corner. Perfect one to be pulling, and he takes it. He swings at a terrible breaking ball. Can't make contact, and then he takes the four-seam fastball. Disappointment for the Astros and Singleton at that at-bat. Looks like they're going to pinch hit for McCormick also. But I can't see who's coming in. They're having another meeting at the mound right now between the catcher and the pitcher. Now they're breaking it up. So 1 out, guys. Runners on second and third still. Got a left-handed batter coming up. Trey Cabbage is at the bat. Haven't seen him in a while. Here comes the first pitch. That was low for ball 1. I guess they just won the left-handed batters against this guy. 1-0. Cabbage actually just batting .212 this year. Swing and a miss. That one's a change-up low. 85 miles an hour. 1-1 is the count. Alex Bregman on deck right now. Runners on second, third, 1 out. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Cabbage. Way off the plate. 2 balls, 1 strike. Let me check the chat here right quick. Singleton has been great for Houston. Well, he's come through in key moments here and there. I wish that he could do better with the batting average, get more consistency. This one's hit hard to right field. Whoo! He crushed that one to right field, but it was foul. That was a really, really big foul ball. He swung so early on that. Dangerous hit. I'm sure the pitcher was relieved to see that one go foul. 113 miles an hour off the bat that time. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch to Cabbage. Low and outside. Ball 3. Full count, guys. Man, I want to see Cabbage put another hit like that foul ball just on the inside of that foul pole. That's what I want to see. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Low, ball 4. Loaded him up. He doesn't get a hit, but Bregman will come to bat with bases loaded. Another opportunity to do something here. Now keep in mind that Bregman has scored the Astros' only run so far. He had a solo shot in the first inning. Since then, the Astros have done nothing. Now they have bases loaded with 1 out. Come on, Bregman. LSU power, baby. Let's see it. First pitch. Pops it up. No way. Are you kidding me? Right fielder's over. He charges it. He gets it. It's not deep enough. Jake Myers attempts to tag, but he fakes and goes back. Man, Bregman has this thing about popping up. And I've made jokes about it in the past, but man, the very first pitch, he does it. He hits it to the right field. Right on the foul line, just barely. It just barely stays in play as the right fielder puts it away. And they're going to pull Weissert out of this game. He's not going to face Yordan Alvarez. Yordan Alvarez is coming up with bases loaded and 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Big, big opportunity right now for the Astros. Philip Castillo, hey man, it's good to see you. By the way, I think I didn't tell you that earlier, but thanks for coming back. Who do you think is the leader in the clubhouse. That's what they're missing. Well, to be honest, one of the consistent guys that is a leader in the clubhouse is Alex Bregman. If you notice what he does, he's constantly working with the pitching staff, talking with them, talking with the coaches, talking with the other players. He's very active and busy getting around talking to all of the guys. I feel like, no, number one, he's a veteran, not just in baseball, but on this team. He's been with the team for a while. He's been through a lot. And I think he's one of the key guys, actually. And I will say that maybe leadership has improved a lot since the beginning of the year. They struggled for a while, right? And the leadership just didn't seem to be there, but it's much better than it was before. Let's see if we're back to the game yet. They're still on break as the Red Sox have a pitcher warming up. Don't yet know who they've got in the game. Let me see if they've got it updated on this screen yet. Man, come on. Screen is going crazy. Bernardino, it looks like. Brennan Bernardino. Brennan Bernardino. I might have his picture already. We'll see. Yordan Alvarez is stepping up to the plate, guys. People are clapping. The crowd is really into it. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Yeah, I've got Bernardino's picture in there already. First pitch from Bernardino to Alvarez is on the way, guys. He swings at the first pitch and fouls it away. 92 on the outside corner. He makes some contact, just doesn't straighten it out. Whoop. No grand slams yet for the Astros this season. Here's the next pitch. Little pause, though, by Bernardino. Here comes the 0-1 delivery. Ooh, right in there, 92 miles an hour. Man, Yordan, that's the one you should have been swinging at, bud. Not that outside pitch. 0-2. Don't let us down here, man. We need you. We need you to be the star that you are. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Alvarez. Oh, he got him on a terrible pitch, guys. That was the most ridiculous pitch. And he just throws his helmet and bat away in disgust, and he should. That was the most disappointing at bat. So anticlimactic, guys. You've got bases loaded. You're down by 2 runs in the bottom of the 7th. Your big guy comes up, and he strikes out on 3 pitches. And the pitch that he swings on to strike out on was the worst garbage pitch you've ever seen. It doesn't get more disappointing than that. And I know that I've said that before. Sadly, I had to say it again. They let us down, man. The Astros continue to hurt my heart. They hurt my heart, man. Maybe this is the reason why I have a tumor on my kidney. Is because of watching games like this. Yeah, you're right. Philip, Alvarez can hit lefties, unfortunately, and apparently not today, or at least not when it really, really matters most. We're going to go into the top of the 7th. I'm sorry, the top of the 8th. I still got my mind in the 7th inning. Top of the 8th. Red Sox leading. The dirty Red Sox are leading the Astros in Minute Maid Park. 3-1. 6 hits for the Sox. 7 for the Astros. No errors for the Astros, but this game so far has been one big error for all of the Astros at bats. And I need to clear the bases. So they make me do all this work to fill the bases, and then they leave them full. Thanks a lot, guys. I need to send a postcard from Japan to the Houston clubhouse that says, thank you so much for making my health condition worse. Man, I need to get that fan going. It's starting to get warm over here. Tristan Casas is up to bat, facing Taylor Scott, so I was right about that. Scott's still in the game. First pitch is taken for ball 1. I'm going to see if I can reach my fan without taking my headset off. Here's the next pitch from Scott. High and outside. Man, they are messing with me on the screen right now. They're saying the count's 1-1, but that looks like it was ball 2. That pitch is low for another ball. On the screen it's saying 2-1, but it started off as 3 balls. What in the world is the pitch count guy drinking again? Next pitch way outside and high. Apparently that's ball 3. 3-1 is the count, guys. The count on the screen has changed a couple of times, but now it is supposedly correct. 3 balls and 1 strike. Here comes the next pitch from Scott. Way outside. Oh my gosh, I thought the last one was outside. That was almost 3 feet outside. Caratini had to slide way out there to get that one. What in the world is going on? Yordan Alvarez, they showed a clip there of Alvarez just throwing his... He threw his bat and he threw his helmet, and he was really frustrated after that. He should be, leaving bases loaded. But now the Astros have given up a walk. They have 1 runner on with Rafael Devers up to bat. He swings at the first pitch. That'll be strike 1. Oh, 1 is the count. No outs. Runner on first. Here comes the pitch. High and outside, but fouled away. That'll be strike number 2. And I'm going to get my fan over here so I can pull that cool air into this corner. There's no airflow over here, so it gets pretty hot wearing the headset, the hat, sitting around my computer and everything. You see I got my orange shorts on. No balls, 2 strikes to Rafael Devers. Taylor comes set. Here's the pitch. Long delay. This one's hit hard. Line drive straight to Yainer Diaz, who catches it and steps on the base. Just like that, double play. Beautiful. Great stuff right there. Couldn't have been more perfect. Yainer didn't even have to move. Excellent. Good stuff. Ground ball to Peña by Rob Refsnyder, who will be thrown out at first base, and that ends the inning. So Taylor Scott, after that walk, he's able to get, just in a couple of pitches, 3 outs. Just like that. 2 pitches, 3 outs. Great stuff. So we're going to go into the bottom of the 8th. The Astros have just 6 more outs to do something with the bats. Astros in first place, though. They need to shut them down, and H-Town will have a walk-off win. Yeah, well, you're right. They are in first place, but the problem is that because of where they stand with some of the other teams, they really need all the wins they can get. They really, really do. Just to have a better, I guess you could say, a better entry point into the playoffs. And try to avoid playing extra games. They want to make absolutely sure they stay out of the wild card games. And the only way they're going to do that is to keep winning consistently and make sure that they stay well ahead of the Mariners and the Rangers. I mean, the Rangers, I think, right now are not an issue as long as the Astros don't break down. But the Mariners are still not too far behind, so the Astros need to win, and they're missing opportunities right now because the Dodgers have been thumping the Mariners, right? And the Astros can't be losing games when the Mariners are losing games. They need to be winning. I would say that they need to be winning every series. They need to take 2 out of 3 of every one of these series. Drinking that syrup. By the way, that they had a poll earlier asking who you would rather see start off the playoffs or the World Series if all the pitchers were healthy, and about 65% said Framber Valdez. I actually picked Hunter Brown to start, but I guess Valdez would probably get the call since he's there. He's been around longer. He's earned it maybe, but I don't know. Brown has just been good, but that's just me. I'm okay with Framber starting. It doesn't matter. Yainer Diaz is up at the plate, guys. He's going to lead the Astros off here in the bottom of the 8th. From the 7th inning on, Yainer Diaz is batting .348. First pitch to him is outside in the dirt. Ball 1. Luis Garcia is on the mound. He's moving pretty quickly, but let me see if I've got his picture in the folder. I do not. I'll have to find that. Great. Here comes a 1-0 pitch to Diaz. That one's a little low and outside for ball 2. 97 miles an hour. Two balls, no strikes to Yainer Diaz. Here comes the pitch from Garcia. Yainer swings at this one and hits it out to right field. It's going to go all the way to the wall. Is it playable? Yes, right at the wall. Yainer is put away. And Yainer, who actually has a couple of hits and a walk, for the first time will not reach base today. Out number 1. 5 more outs for the Astros. Jeremy Peña up to bat, facing Garcia. Here comes the pitch. Right on the outside corner, curveball. 84 miles an hour, strike 1. Here comes a 1-0 pitch. Oh, 0-1 pitch, rather. Trying to save Garcia's picture here to put it in. That'll be strike 2 on Peña. 0-2 is the count. 1 out, no runners on in the bottom of the 8th. Here's the pitch. Wow. 84 miles an hour, curveball right in the zone. Swing and miss by Peña. How do you not get the bat on that ball? Strike out. Out number 2. Disappointing. High fastball to Victor Caratini, ball 1. Caratini has been putting the bat on the ball, but he doesn't have a hit to show for it. Next pitch is in there for strike 1, 1-1. Two outs, no runners on, 1-1 against Caratini. Here comes the pitch. Strike 2, swing and miss on that curve, 88 miles an hour. Man, Astros still looking like they just don't care. They're so lethargic right now at the plate, just swinging at junk pitches, not being patient. They started off the first time through the order with no strikeouts, and since then they've just been swinging at junk. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. In the dirt, check swing. They say that's strike 3. There. Speaking of which, is another Ridiculous check swing on a ball in the dirt, guys. In the dirt. Caratini goes down, and that will be yet another strikeout for the Astros. Nothing doing in the 8th inning. 7 hits for the Astros this game and 1 run. The solo home run by Bregman being the only score of this game for the Astros so far. 3-1, Astros losing, going into the top of the 9th. How many strikeouts do the Astros have? Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 strikeouts for the Astros this game. How many for the Red Sox? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So strikeouts are about the same, 9 and 10. But the Red Sox with 3 runs to show for it. Well, I was glad to be able to get up early today. The sun is now coming up. I can see light outside. It's about 5:30 in the morning here. I was glad to be able to get up and call this game, especially since Verlander was back and Bregman was back. But I have to say that I've been very, very disappointed with the game as a whole. They were showing the highlights of Jake Myers catching that ball in center field. Defensive plays are great and all, but you actually have to score runs to win. Seth Martinez is in now for the Astros. Pitching the top of the 9th. He's facing Masataka Yoshida. First strike is, or first ball is in there for a strike. 0-1 is the count. I gotta change that picture on the screen. Give me a moment to do that. This one's fouled back, 91 miles an hour. Strike 2, 0-2. I haven't put Seth in there in a while. I haven't seen him quite a while. I don't remember the last time I saw Seth Martinez in the game. Looks like that's going to be ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Yoshida. Here comes the pitch. That one's outside in the dirt. Ball 2, 2-2. Two for 3 today is Yoshida. Here comes the pitch. This one's hit to center field, left center field. Jake is under it, and he puts it away. Jake Myers making up for his lack of scoring with defensive prowess. Out number 1. That will bring up Connor Wong. 1 away for Martinez and the Astros. First pitch to Wong is on the way. Right in there, fouled away for strike 1. 90 miles an hour. 0 for 3 today is Connor Wong, but he did get on base with a fielder's choice in the 2nd inning. Here comes the next pitch. Way inside, almost clipped him on the leg. Ball 1, count is even. Let me check the live chat here. You're right, forgot about that. Go. Yeah. Next pitch. Outside outside corner, a couple inches outside, but called strike 2, so it's 1-2 now. Have you seen the video of that female Yankee fan praising the Astros? Is this a new one? I don't think I've seen that one. I remember seeing some stuff a while back, but I haven't seen anything recently. Here comes a 1-1 pitch. 1-1? I thought it was 1-2. Well, now it's 1-2 for sure. That's a foul ball. So 1 ball, 2 strikes against Connor Wong. Chris Martin is warming up in the bullpen for the Red Sox. Looks like Chris Martin will be pitching in the bottom of the ninth. Here comes the 1-2 pitch from Martinez. That one's low and outside for ball two. Counts even. These Astros are one of the few teams that have the culture to still win this game. Yeah, you're right. They absolutely do. And that's what's frustrating is that they have all the talent, the experience, and everything to win, and yet they've got one run on the board. Fouled away on that pitch, 90 miles an hour. Count remains 2-2. DeCenzo is now over at first base. Looks like he is in for Yainer Diaz. I guess Diaz will not be batting in the bottom of the ninth. Here comes the next pitch. This one's hit to center field. A nice easy fly ball for Myers, who puts it away. That will be out number 2. That brings up David Hamilton. No, Diaz is still in the game. Did they move him to another position? No, I think he's still on first. Where did they put DeCenzo? They brought DeCenzo in the game, but I'm not sure where they put him. First pitch to David Hamilton is way outside for ball one, 90 miles an hour. Let me see. Okay, third base. DeCenzo's in at third base. That makes sense. They brought Singleton in for Whitcomb, and then whenever it got to defense, they put in DeCenzo. He's over on third, replacing Whitcomb. This one's hit hard to right field, and that's probably going to be gone. That's easy gone. Yep, second decker. David Hamilton launches on Seth Martinez, crushes it into the second deck in right field. That's going to be 4-1 Red Sox. You know, I was feeling good about Seth Martinez's performance so far this inning because in the past he's tended to give up some runs, and I was kind of worried about him coming in and giving the Red Sox a better lead. And he tricked me. He misled me into thinking he was going to get out of this inning without giving up any runs, and I was wrong. So that brings up Ceddanne Rafaela. Red Sox now up 4-1 over the Astros with 7 hits. First pitch is a strike on Rafaela. 0-1. Here comes the next pitch. This one's hit hard out to right field. That might be out too. No, it's just barely foul. An opposite field hit, about 15 feet foul. Rafaela almost sends another home run into right field. Holy cow. Man, 0-2 is the count. Now some fans are starting to leave. They're not going to stick around for the bottom of the ninth. Here's the next pitch. This one's popped up on the infield. Caratini's over to get it. Put it away, no problem. Out number 3. But not before the home run given up by Seth Martinez digs a bigger hole for the Astros to climb out of. 4-1. Oh, it's new? Okay. Yeah, I'll check it out. Actually, I have a really close friend who's a big Yankees fan, and he's probably seen it. But see, the thing is, he's a very honest guy. So basically what he says is he's not interested in the Yankees playing the Astros. He definitely does not want the Yankees to play the Astros. He wants them to avoid the Astros, if at all possible, in the playoffs. And he admits that the Astros are good. That's one of the reasons why he and I can be such good friends despite being Astros and Yankees fans and being kind of opposite each other. Because, I know that the Yankees have a good team and they have some really great players. I don't have any problem admitting that. And if we play them in the playoffs, that's going to be a tough series. That's not going to be easy. I don't think that either team has a definite lock on who would win that series. Of course, when you talk to a lot of Yankees fans, they're not going to be quite that honest. But there are more than a few Yankees fans that will say they don't want to play the Astros. But then there are those that are ignorant and say, bring on the Astros, we want the Astros. Well, like you said, the Astros are one of those teams that have a culture, a winning culture now. So I wouldn't want to play them. I'd much rather play a less experienced team and one that doesn't have the track record that the Astros do. Altuve will be batting in the ninth. Well, I don't know who's up. Who's due up? Myers, Dubon, and DeCenzo. Okay. Is that correct? No, that's not right. Alvarez was the last batter, wasn't he? Okay, Chris Martin is on the mound. I don't know if I have his image, but I will check. I do. Good. I don't have to look him up. I can change that right quick. I typed too fast and I actually accidentally put in Christ Martin. Okay. Myers is up to bat. First pitch to him is a strike on the outside corner, 92 miles an hour. So that is right. Jake Myers, Mauricio Dubon, and Zach DeCenzo are the lineup for the Astros in the bottom of the ninth. Here comes the next pitch to Myers. That one is off the plate for ball one. The count is even. If Altuve comes in the ninth inning, he'd have to be pinch hitting for somebody, but I just don't see him coming in. Not right now. This one's hit to right field. That's going to be an easy fly out for the right fielder. He puts it away, no problem. One away. And Phillips says, this game is weird, bro. I've seen weirder, but I would describe this more of a disappointing game. I feel like a broken record sometimes complaining about the Astros bats because, ironically, as good of an average as they have overall as a team and as many guys as they get on base, they just don't bring them home. Dubon grounds it to the shortstop on the very first pitch, and he's thrown out at first. That's out number two. So just like that, the Astros are down to their last out with Zach DeCenzo coming up to bat. Down by 3 runs. This game is looking over, guys. You can do a reaction video to the games you can call. You will get more views. Correction, can't call. Yeah. The only issue is timing. If I can manage a way to better organize my schedule and get caught up on my homework, that's the big thing right now, guys. I'm so behind on my summer homework, and I get new homework every day. It's ridiculous. First pitch to DeCenzo's right in there, 92 miles an hour, strike one. I had a ton of homework. In Japan, whether you're in grade school or university or language school, during the summer they give you a ton of homework. Next pitch is high in the zone, strike two, 92 miles an hour, 0-2. Astros down to 1 strike before it's over. The crowd is completely dead right now. Here comes the next pitch. That one's low and away. Ball one, 1-2. If I can get caught up on my homework and my studies, I'd be happy to do more of the reaction videos. I did some game summaries early on, but I just stopped doing that because I didn't have much time. That one's high and out of the zone, 92 miles an hour, counts even, 2-2. Man, if DeCenzo and Cabbage could get on, that would bring Bregman up. That would be great. This one's fouled back, swing and a foul on that 92 mile per hour ball outside. It would be funny to see Bregman tie the game up after leading the game off with the only run. He'd have all the RBIs. 2-2. Here comes the pitch. That's a line drive, base hit into right field. DeCenzo's going to be on. That's the 8th hit of the game for the Astros. They actually now have 1 hit more than the Red Sox. I'm trying to get my base runner on there. There we go. Clicked the wrong thing. Trey Cabbage comes up with 1 runner on and 2 outs. Here comes the pitch. Half swing strike, low and inside, 93 miles an hour. That was a weak effort. But Trey Cabbage did have a massive swing. His last at bat, that was just a little foul. Plenty of distance for a homer. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one's inside. A couple inches off the plate. Ball one, 1-1. Little life here with that DeCenzo single. Here comes the next pitch, the 1-1 pitch to Cabbage. Strike two, right on the outside corner. DeCenzo still second. He's in scoring position now. They don't even make an attempt to throw him out. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on second. Here comes a pitch to Cabbage. Foul tipped, and he caught it. Nope. Umpire's going to say it's on the ground. That could have been it. The umpire says, no, that was on the ground. That is not strike 3. You can see the replay here. I'll show you the replay. There it is. There you go. Next pitch. High. Ball 2. Cabbage is still alive. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs. DeCenzo on second base. And here comes the pitch. He got him that time. Foul tip, strike 3. That's it for the Astros. So they try to do a little something with DeCenzo's hit, but they wind up going quietly into the night as they played all game long. So after that opening, that leadoff home run, now think about how crazy that is. Bregman was batting DH in the first slot. Right off the bat, hits a home run. And then for the rest of the game, the Astros score absolutely nothing. They get thumped by the Boston Red Sox of all teams, 4-1. And there's a Boston creator that also does Astros reaction videos. His followers should be yours. Despite the loss, you do a good job calling the game. Thanks a lot, Philip. You know, one of the things that bothers me about some of the streamers, like for example, one of you guys mentioned before that I think it was Wargasm mentioned before that there wasn't somebody else doing these games in English, and that was one of the reasons why I was looking at doing these myself, is because I was able to do them, and even though I'm in school, I can do them sometimes, but I was just having to listen to other teams call the games. So, like, if I wanted to watch the Red Sox versus the Astros, I had to listen to a Red Sox guy call the game, and of course that's not ideal for several reasons. But the thing is, what I noticed is that when the Astros would pull way ahead on some of these games, like if the Astros were winning 7-2 or 8-2 or something like that, then some of these guys calling the games would cut the live stream. So as soon as their team was down by like 5 or 6 runs, you know, maybe the 6th inning, they would give up and just say, I'm ending it, you know, that guys, I'll see you in the next game, you know, we're out. And they would cut the live stream. And that's ridiculous. Can you imagine if you're watching like the Houston Astros network or something on TV, or you're listening to the radio, the Houston Astros radio network, and the Astros are losing by like 7 runs, and the network just says, the Astros network says, well, the Astros are down by like 7 runs, you know, we're not going to continue this game, it's too disappointing, so we'll see you guys tomorrow. Can you imagine that? So I find that that's absolutely ridiculous, and I realize that the only way I can get these games myself is to either listen to the official Astros radio broadcast, or to go to the MLB site and watch the game live. And I figured I could give it a try. Doing the live play-by-play call is something I'd never done before. So I just completed basically, I haven't gotten to 30 games yet, I think. I haven't called 30 games. But so you can see that I'm still kind of wet behind the ears when it comes to doing the live play-by-play. But if it's making you guys happy, I really appreciate that. I'm at 80 subscribers now and getting closer and closer to 100, and that's great. I do wish that I could do every game, or at least like 90 or 95% of the games, but now that summer is over, it's going to be a little sketchy. until I get to another break. I think that I have a break from school coming up maybe at the end of September or so. I have about a 2 to 3 week break for the fall, and during that time, I'm hoping that I'll be able to call a lot of these games and get into the playoff games. And of course, I've got the LSU Tiger games coming up that I want to do every week. Haven't started that yet, so we'll see how it goes. But as far as updates on this game, I'll give those to you in just a minute and give you a preview of what's coming for the Astros' next game. Despite the loss, you do a good job of calling the game. Really appreciate that, Philip. It means a lot. It really does. You said I'm from Pennsylvania, but from Houston, or I'm in Pennsylvania, but from Houston. So thanks, man. You're welcome. No problem. Glad that I could help you out. It's for guys like you that I decided to do this, because I'm in Japan and I figured, what the hey, nobody else is doing it. The Astros deserve to have somebody doing it in English on YouTube. So here I am. Orgasm. See you next time. Thanks for the game. No problem, man. I'm sorry about the Astros loss. It was a little difficult to see that their bats were doing, jack squat today, but hopefully the next game will be better. They do drop this series, but we're still in first place, so there's something to be happy about. And as far as the game today, I'll give you a quick summary. I'm not going to linger too much on what happened today, because it was, the details are not too great. Verlander did have 6 strikeouts. He gave up 2 earned runs over 5 full innings pitched. And not bad, not a bad outing, just 2 earned runs, 6 strikeouts, 1 walk. Can't complain about that. He does get the loss, unfortunately. He's 3 for 3 this year. And here's the scoring summary today. In the top of the first, Casas singled to center field, scoring Duran. Red Sox 1-0. In the bottom of the first, Bregman came up on the very first bat of the game, hit a homer, a line drive homer to left, tied the game up 1-1. In the top of the second, the Red Sox scored again with a double to shortstop, scoring Wong. Red Sox up 2-1. We'd go 5 innings without any runs scored until we got to the top of the 7th. Red Sox scored again on a double to left by Rafaela, scoring Yoshida. Red Sox 3-1. In the top of the 9th, the Red Sox put another insurance run on the board with a homer to right field off of Seth Martinez, the reliever. So the Red Sox get a 4th run, and that's where the score would end up, 4-1. Astros lose at home to lose the series to the Red Sox, 2-1. And I would say overall this series was not impressive at all by the Astros, even though they did win. They managed to win 1 game, but that was not a decisive victory. So overall, I would say this series was a really big disappointment to me. Even though the Astros did come away with 1, they were just not showing up at the plate when it mattered most. They continue to leave too many base runners on, and they need to be scoring runs. A quick look at the next game for the Astros, okay? Next series, very important, against the Orioles. They're going to be playing at Baltimore, guys. And that starts tomorrow. So the Astros are immediately going to have to get on the road and go to Baltimore to start the 3-game series with the Orioles. Now, the Orioles and the Astros played a series before. The Astros swept them. But the Orioles are no joke. They're battling for first place with the Yankees. They are 74-54, 37-28 at home. Spencer Arrighetti is slated to start Game 1 against Corbin Burns. Arrighetti's ERA right now is 5.2. Now, although Arrighetti has been performing quite well in more recent games, excuse me, guys, his last start was pretty rough, and he got beat up a little bit. So we're looking for him to come back, make a bounce-back performance with this next game. Burns is 12-5 right now with a 3.1 ERA. 144 strikeouts in 153 innings, so he's not quite averaging 1 strikeout per inning. giving up 38 walks in those innings and 18 home runs. It's going to be apparently it's going to be a little bit harder for the Astros to hit him than it was today, and that doesn't bode well considering how today they should have been hitting the ball much better than they were. They did have about 7 or 8 hits. I think the Astros had 8 hits today, but they only came up with 1 run, and that was the solo shot by Bregman. But that's pretty much it. The game tomorrow, guys, is at 8:15 my time here in Japan, and I will be able to join for a few minutes, but I have to leave the house by about 8:45, 8:50, roughly 30 to 40 minutes after the game starts to go to my school. So I will be able to do a live play-by-play for a short time tomorrow, but I will not be able to do the whole game. So I'm going to leave it playing so you guys can have the live score on my channel. And then after I finish school, I'll be back to stop the live stream and wrap it up. But last couple of messages here. We got some tough series ahead. Should be good baseball. Yeah, I agree, DeLion. Thanks so much. I agree with you. It's going to be tough, but it should be fun. I'm hoping the Astros are saving their bats for these big games because it's much more important for them to be playing well against these big teams than against teams like the Red Sox. They better wake the F up. Yes, I absolutely agree. The bats need to wake up. And Philip, DeLion, Orgasm, and let's see, who else am I missing here? Anybody else? Daniel. Anybody else that I might be missing? Thank you so much for being here today. That's it for me. I'm about to, let's see here, it's almost 6 in the morning. I don't have to leave for school for at least another 2 hours and 45 minutes. It would be nice if I could take a nap, but I'm not quite sure I'm going to be able to do that or not because I feel pretty awake. But at the very least, I'll be able to just kind of take a shower, refresh myself, do some relaxing, and maybe look at my homework. But that's it for me today. Thank you all so much again for being here. I really appreciate it. I'm going to change the live stream up just a little bit tomorrow so that the comments can come a little faster. And then I believe that let me take a look at the quick look at the schedule right quick for Baltimore. Yeah, that's right. Tomorrow is Friday for me. So although I can't call that game, all of that game, on Saturday and Sunday, which for you guys in the U.S., this will be Friday and Saturday, I'll be able to call both those games. Because for me it's Saturday and Sunday, I won't have any school, so I'll be able to get up and call those games. So I'll be with you for the first 30 or 40 minutes of the Astros game tomorrow, and then I'll be calling all of the games on Saturday and Sunday. I believe I've already got those posted, so you can click on notify me, and I'll see you guys tomorrow and this weekend. Until then, thank you so much for all the comments and the support, and go Stros. See you.